Um, I love this game. I played hundreds of hours of this game. 129. A mere 129. Also, this is a fantastic train game. Like a lot of the times spent playing this game is offline on a train. So maybe round it up to 200. You never know what is a lot of playing a game for someone. That might not be too much, but it's a lot for me. Anyway, we're back. My controller is going crazy. My other controller is going crazy. It's just a crazy time. Is it my mouse that's going crazy? It's not even... Guys, there's not even a controller connected. Oh. Where was I recently? Oh yeah. I found a Reddit group for BreadTube. Which, if it makes no sense to you, don't worry, it barely makes any sense to anyone. Maybe we fixed it. Hey, there we go. BreadTube is, to quote what they said very roughly, high quality leftist YouTube videos. And just the idea that someone would police how high quality your YouTube content was seems so far from this. So this is who we've got. This is our new character, the Watcher. Is this the same artist? Seems not to be. I guess maybe we're in beta. It might be beta art. I don't not like it. It's just a different style. This game, for all I love it, it's not the style that really gets me about it. It's the gameplay. I think this is just exemplary game making, because throughout you are making... There's a quote from Sid Meier that you hear all the time, that the game should be a series of interesting decisions, and I think throughout this you're not just making interesting decisions, you're making informed decisions. Informed decisions because you the complexity grows as you play until you end up in quite a complex place, but you've built that complexity. All your decisions the whole way. Like at the beginning, the decisions are not very complex, and they get more and more complex as you go. Anyway, let's drop into it. Oh, she's great. She reminds me of Hornet in Hollow Knight. Wait, what's her power? The start of each combat, add a miracle to your hand. That tells me nothing. After all that about saying that decisions are always informed. Often I like the next three have 1 HP for 2 reasons. Firstly, it's quick, and secondly, sometimes you can kind of cheese it, like maybe here, and get to a boss on 1 HP. I think I'm going to go that way anyway, just because... I don't know. Retain on a card, I think that's new. Game on energy. So this is nice. I can use this whenever I want. I'm guessing miracles are this the whole way out. This is very much my first time playing with this character. Enter Wrath. No idea what that means. These are strikes and defense. So I'm going to... Let's enter Wrath. Let's see what Wrath is. Look, we got one staircase. Let's get more. Oh yeah, now I'm in Wrath. Ah, interesting. Wonder how long that lasts. So while I'm in Wrath, may as well. Now this is a new character. Who... Oh, I can leave Wrath as well. Interesting. And this is still beta branch, so this could work or not work. This could be really unbalanced, as evidenced by these. This actually, for my way of learning, makes it hard. Having something on the card really helps. I could get there when I say beta, but I wish they just had chose a colour. Interesting. So she scries, which means I can discard some number of cards, presumably including 0, which means that I can have a deck full of stuff that I'd actually rather discard and it never enter my hand if I'm scrying a lot. That seems great. That's really strong if you've got a lot of scrying, but not immediately. That's probably really strong, but it's quite conditional. I'm going to go with this because it does a thing. Basically, always of the opinion to get rid of cards. Interesting. So Calm does nothing until you come out of it. Given that it gains an attack. Let's get rid of an attack. Balance in all things. Okay, so Miracle probably is always the same. That makes sense. 8 block, enter Calm. Would allow me to block through everything. Let's try it. So this sticks around. 0 cost card that you retain. There's also quite a lot of capacity for that to be really useful. Cool. So now when I play this, I'll not only enter Wrath and do a lot of damage, but I will gain two things. It's a shame this goes on 13, because otherwise when I'm in Wrath this will do 12. So I'm probably... There we go. Tons of stuff to do. Is there a better way to play that? Always the question, is there a better way to play it? Doesn't matter. Wait, when did I lose health? Am I being really stupid? Turn your next card is played twice. That's very powerful. Oh, that's just how far I am up. Nice Pokemon reference. Retain, gain 13 block. Very specifically telling me to use it against Hyper Beam. So this is free if I've played an attack. Which means I have to play the attack. Yeah. And the upgraders just do more damage. Upgraders just do more block. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try building something around scrying. Heal 17 HP. Oh, I know. I lost it when I took the card out. There's... like, I can just keep on taking out attacks and defends. Oh, I clicked it now. Let's keep things balanced, take out the defend. I think it's possible I shouldn't actually really be taking out defends. I should be leaving them in. Let's upgrade something. Seems great, particularly with the other one I picked up. Not hugely. Oh, I like making these cheap. I think I might go with this. This is pretty playable as long as someone's attacking me. It's just doing all my blocking for the turn. And I like any card which is a pre-investment. It's going to make you stronger in the future. So, unfortunately, that's in hand. So there's nothing in particular that I would like to scry for. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's just start breaking into him. I don't want any of these. Oops. Actually, I should leave one so that I then draw it. No reason not to hit them. Okay, so I'm going to leave Wrath. Did I reshuffle? Okay, so it's pretty likely that I can get the 10 damage card. So I should do that first. And then... okay, when I would discard it, I add it to my hands. That confused me for a sec. So I'm going to get 12 block, bring him down to 18. A little bit of damage, but a pretty... got quite a lot of power coming in next turn. Okay, I can throw that away and I can keep that. Being in double calm, I don't think it's anything. Doesn't stack. Enter Wrath. Be ready to deal a bunch of damage. He's dead. 31 gold. 5 or less unblocked attack. In the right places, this is really influential. Actually, yeah, this is... this is occasionally equivalent to 4 block. Max 4 block. Add a smite to your hand. Oh, thanks for you for showing me what a smite is. Seems fine. Okay, it turns it into a smite plus. Oh, this is nice. It now shows the card it produces. Deal not very much damage. Get a big damage for later. scry like hell. Oh, I meant to right click on that. That's fine, it seems good. Scry 1, gain 2 block, deal 3 damage. I don't want to upgrade that as quickly as possible. Can upgrade it at that fire. So let's cut through. I'd like that. So let's draw it. We scry 1. That one really doesn't matter. I don't draw anything with this. It's just scrying. And 12 block. Leave the miracle in case it does anything later. Come out of this with a bunch of power. Yep, plenty of damage. Deal 10 damage for each enemy in combat. I can't see anywhere where that's particularly good. No, I mean I completely can. I can't see any like reliable places it's particularly good. I'm certainly not building a kind of tech deck here. So let's leave all of that. Go for this chest because it gives me 2 options. Never seen this before. Okay, that's pretty... At the moment that's pretty much 50-50, won't do anything. Let's go greedy. So I don't have any mass attack cards. If I can, I always want to take up this one. Or the back one, but it's got less health. I want Vigilance, because I'm going to get 18 damage next turn. Oh no, but I'm also going to get that free block next turn from the Horn Cleat. It's fine. My mouse just stopped working. Is this beta branch or is this my computer? What it is a kind of meta game where you have to worry about whether your old Xbox controllers are ruining the game. Just completely unresponsive? Ah. Okay, that's responsive. That's fine. There we go. Fixed. This is... I'm okay with taking the 2 damage. But let's assume that I'm going to be in this battle for a bit. I may as well regen. I don't want to... I don't really want to heal at any of these bonfires if I can avoid it. Okay, so I've got the 14 block from this. So I don't actually need to block very much. I could eruption into vigilance. Or I could vigilance into eruption. That seems pretty good. Let's do that. So I've got a miracle, then I can erupt, and then I've got all this mana, and I can just push through that guy. I don't particularly want this, so let's... And I've still got 1 mana to play with, so let's draw what we draw. We drew an eruption. Why not? 31 blocks better than 26 block. I mean, it isn't. So now we see the fear with Wrath that you can kind of get stuck in it. Not much to be done about it. Taking a bunch of damage. Now, if anyone at home was looking at that, shouting at the camera, you were right. Shouting at the screen, should have attacked this guy, because I could have taken him out this turn. It is bad when these guys hit you with a bunch of dazed, but particularly when you've already got rid of one, you can probably deal with the influx of dazed. You're much more concerned about the damage. So I could do that and get 20. Scrying doesn't do anything for me here. I can't spend all my mana. We have this. We have Tori. So if I can get it to 13 health, that's one off. If we are on 12, we take 6. Not the end of the world. Yeah. 6 is not worth the potion. So, given that we're here, I feel like we may as well... Maybe should or shouldn't have done that. I feel like we may as well do something. May as well do something. No idea what I was going to say there. So I can come out of Wrath. Keep drawing this. Let's do as much damage as possible while I go. Did I want that? 18 damage, yeah, I did. I play faster than I think all the time. Pick up, upgrade to random skills. So I actually want to check this first and see if there's any skills that would be higher value. Upgraded, interesting. That one I feel is too situational. I like this. On the right turn, I play this, and I just have a ton of attacks. And I get to choose which ones. Okay, didn't get upgraded. So I can choose some really powerful ones. Does it choose one of 3? Okay, so I only get to choose one of them, and I do have to choose one of them. My hand isn't big enough that choosing more would be particularly bad. Apart from it goes in my discard pile, comes back up again. But the number of attacks that are worse than strikes that would cycle are relatively small. So I can block. I may as well scry. There we go. Maybe didn't need to do that block. I was blocking for 2, I would only have taken 1. Honestly, the first few floors I'm playing like not particularly optimally because you normally get through them. Okay, so I could Vigilance into Eruption. I'll be coming out with a lot of damage. I'm better off. Eruption into Vigilance? Deal a little bit of damage. That would all depend on what this is. I think I'm playing this, whatever happens. I really like Claw. I just love knowing that the longer I'm playing, the stronger I'm getting. That often isn't the case if you're losing health. Like, that's not generally true. even with cards like this, it's still generally a good idea to end fights sooner, but I just like knowing that it's in my deck. Is it a good thing to choose here? Absolutely not. Like, the chances of me getting through more than 2 cycles of the deck are low, so this is just unconditionally better. Am I still tempted to take this? Yes, I am. I'm going to take this. Is it worth exhausting the miracle on this? Yeah. Honestly, I don't need to think too deeply about this turn. This person's probably not doing any damage to me. Oh, second turn I get 14 block. I came across a video recently on YouTube of someone over-explaining them playing Slay the Spire, and I loved it because it is fascinating to see. Like, some decisions are obvious, but some decisions are deep down. In a way, if you're watching this, that's what you're seeing, but without the decisions being good. So, 6, 9, that's 15. There's no need to do this. It's just, you know, for the sake of it. Wow. So this is a dead card until someone is weak. And it just feels like there's so many places this is good. Especially in a small... So in a small deck you're going to see it more often, and it is going to be dead in that time. Let's see what these other ones are. Whenever you attack this enemy, gain 2 block and exhaust. Oh, gain 2 block. So if you did a bunch of attacks, it would be pretty good, but it does do something regardless. Keep very nearly left clicking on these. Gain 3 block. If you're in Wrath, gain... That's a lot of block if you are in Wrath. Now the question here is, do you ever want to be blocking while you're in Wrath? And even when you do, how likely is it you have this card and not a way to get out of Wrath? So this card is kind of letting you stay in Wrath. And the question is, it's 3 times as good when you're in Wrath. And Wrath, you're taking 2 times the damage, so it is still better. It's when you're in Wrath, it's 1.5 times as good as when you're not in Wrath. Question is, do you play it when you're not in Wrath? And it being 1.5 times better in Wrath, does that make you play it? I have some capacity for actually drawing the card I want. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to keep on pushing Scry. This also, in a way, it's kind of uninteresting. Okay. I said I wanted to upgrade this. I want to upgrade that. I think I do want to upgrade this. A very rough rule of thumb, the more numbers go up on the card, the better the upgrade is. Okay, so with playing both of these, I can really affect drawing what I want to draw. Do I want to draw either of these? I'm being attacked for 13, so I wouldn't mind drawing that. Now, I actually didn't need to get rid of both of those. That was probably a mistake. I'm not in math, but may as well. Because I knew what card was coming next there. I knew it was the Vigilance, even though that information wasn't contained in the second scry. The first scry told me it was going to be the Vigilance I drew next. And now I got exactly the kind of situation I feared being in, where I don't actually have that much to play this turn. And I have a ton of block. There's quite a few enemies where their attacks are actually known, where they do like a known series of attacks. Cannot play attacks this turn. And my mouse has just gone again. It's not very happy, Slay the Spire. For a sec there, it was tiny in the corner. There's nothing. Might as well stay in calm. Is there any situation where it's better to convert this now? No, because I don't really know. I don't think you want to be playing that when you're not ready to use it. Okay, I can just go like hell here. I wonder... No, Wrath would not work with the Judgment card. You don't get to kill something with 80 damage. I've always hated this painting. That's so mean. Oh. It's got a bit of a Legend of Zelda, like Sheikah Eye. That seems good to me. Especially with Wrath, that can be huge damage. You're not playing it when you first come across it, but... I wish I could take both of these cards. I think they're both really cool. And they both lower their cost, not just when you use them, but this combat. So that ends up being free. And that ends up being huge. Now, this is a really interesting distinction here. This one can grow forever, and this one can't. This one only grows over 4 turns. Now, most battles are less than 4 turns, but particularly towards the end, they're not. And that's like that can be whatever 60 block by the end of a really long battle. This actually will be interesting because it will just tell me, seeing this card will tell me how long battles are. That's not bad. Ooh, that's tempting. With the card, I just... I don't know exactly how this works with cards which have block in their text, which aren't directly like, this is the block you get. Retain, enter, calm, exhaust. The upgrade presumably is it being free. Is this good? I can buy both of these, and then this gets free pretty much instantly. Oh, that's really useful. Oh, absolutely this. As is often the case, carefully priced so that I want these two. Because sometimes I just want things. Always the middle fire, because otherwise I have to make a choice. I'm tempted to upgrade that one. Yeah. That's cool having a bit of extra damage, but this can go crazy. And particularly it can go crazy in difficult fights. Difficult fights tend to be long. Do I want to enter Wrath? I do. Does it do anything? No. But why not? Did I want maybe a power? So I've got to try and either get this down to 70. Wow. 9 plated armor. I love plated armor. And if I find this card, I'm definitely taking it. Choose Smite or Safety. I've just forgotten if the power potion gives me. Start of each turn, add the chosen card in your hand. So you choose it once. Okay, so this is if you commit to one of Wrath or Calm. You choose this and you go for the other one. Or if you have or if you commit to getting out of your state. Varna, whenever you scry, gain 4 block. Whenever you scry, gain 6 block. I'm going to take this because I think it's going to be free now. And that's just good. Damage, pretty good. I'm gonna just let chance tell me which of these two comes out. Okay. The other scrying one would be good for changing what I get from that scry. Choose one of 3 attacks. Can I channel a Frost? Can anyone channel anything? No, she has no orb slots. Oh, it doesn't even get used up. Oh, that sucks. It's pretty unlikely that I'm not killing him next turn, so he's gonna split. Did I leave Wrath? What did I do that made me leave Wrath? Oh, Empty Mind made me leave Wrath. Ton of block. I also have, This is actually, this kind of sucks, but it's fine. I got loads of health. Let's save that. Now the plated armor is particularly good against these as they get small. With that spent, I can no longer people are up to. Generally, I know it doesn't do anything this turn. Generally, I think I want to go into Wrath coming out of Calm. So that's quite a lot of damage there. Ooh. I want to draw both those cards, and I can do. Emptying this stance, gaining 2 things. Picking that up, drawing another card, which, best case scenario, could have been, this was a bad pick. That was dumb as hell. I should have played that, but doesn't actually matter. So I just have to hit him. I'll take 1 damage and let's exhaust a slime. Now it is a really good idea to do as much damage to these guys when you're splitting them as possible, because that damage is kind of doubled, because it's then done to both of their split states. Now I don't need the block, but I'm pretty happy to do this, deal some damage. And I'd rather not draw the slime. In my turn. Retaining just feels very strong because it just gives you so much more control. Like, your enemies in this game aren't really a bunch of slimes. They are... It's a good thing I'm in Wrath. They are chance. I don't want to draw any of these. I want to draw something that will get me out of Wrath. That is not it. Do I die now? I've got 7 plated armor coming through, so that's on 16. If I need, I can get this for another... Let's say I've got this for 6. No, I am fine. I don't even need to rip that. This does hurt, but life hurts. So that's huge. I can hit him with that, and one other thing, and he will split. Which means I don't have any damage coming in. Yeah. Is there any way I'd rather do this next turn? No, splitting him is good. I can just get rid of a slime, and I get to keep the big block. That's a lot of damage. 16 plus 6 leave me on 14. I can't let any of these guys hit me unless I can kill one of them. I could kill one of them if I double played this. So I want to discard that. I don't want that. I'd rather draw other things than that. Don't want either of these. Pretty happy to draw that. Oh, that's a lot of damage because I'm in this state. I don't need to remain in this state. That's useless. That's fine. So now, suddenly, they do a lot less damage. I feel like I've played this really unoptimally. So, may as well exit my stance, get a bunch of nice cards to hit people with, and that's plenty of damage. And there we go. Act 1, not too difficult. Oh, there's a really good chance I'm going to take that. Judgment, yeah, it's not going to be affected by Wrath. It's not going to have its damage doubled. So, what's the point of it? Unplayable. When you draw this, add 2 cards to your hand. My mouse is flipping out again. So that's cool. Let's just try a quick go to Windows and come back. Hey viewer, I hope you're liking seeing my high power PC doing what it's supposed to. Look at the tiny slave display in the corner. There we go, fixed. So we are very much on the beta branch and things are only half working. 10 damage. If it kills an enemy, upgrade a random card in your deck. Is this upgrade permanently? That's kind of crazy. This I am on board with. This one. So let's really understand this. Unplayable, when you draw it, you add 2 miracles to your hand. And it's exhausted. Some great art here. It's an interesting choice of who it's killing. Because adding 2 miracles to your hand is really not good against the Time Eater. This card is cool as hell. I can upgrade a bunch of things, and then eventually I just get rid of that card because it's not that good when my deck is already upgraded. But it means that I can kind of take cards as and when I want. I wonder... It can probably upgrade itself. Can no longer gain gold, that's not great. Can no longer rest. That's pretty good and probably what I'll go for, but I don't know what this last one is. So this is interesting. These almost always come with downsides. This one has no downside. It just... It's not infinitely strong. Because it only works in boss and elite combats. That incentivizes me to go for more elite combats, which I like, because then I get more relics, and then I get more weird, powerful interactions. And... given that, yeah, no, that was completely the right decision because now I don't need to upgrade cards anywhere near as much. what I would love to find is something else to do at rest sites. And I said I was going to stop here, but I want to actually go... I was going to say I wanted to go to a store, but I don't want to go to 2 stores. God, some of these paths suck. Okay, there's 3 elites along this path. And 3 elites along this path. I'm going to 2 stores, I think. It's not great, but... Now these guys are an interesting fight, because they kind of do something that you just haven't come across before, which is do a lot of little damage. And... I'm tempted to do another Vigilance into Wrath. Gain 2 things. Do I want to draw that? Yeah, I do. So something that's nice about this is that there's a good chance of getting a 0 cost card, or getting something that kind of turns into a 0 cost card. Oh, I can skip. I don't even have to take something. So that will stop this one actually hitting me, so I don't need to do any more damage. I'll retain this, so it'll just get stronger. And... this one, on the other hand, I draw more. Well, that probably doesn't do anything in particular, but then 1 vulnerable doesn't do anything in particular to these guys. I'm going to go for this. Don't want either of these, so let's get rid of them. Oh, I did want that. So I could kill that guy this turn, or I could just hurt that one. So that's a bunch of damage coming in. So really I want to hit this person 3 times, but I can't very easily. I have a lot of block. Got 20 block represented here. I have 36 damage coming in. I can make that 30. Okay. And it's turn 2. So I get 14 block. If you're watching in your spare time, you're probably looking at this being like, why didn't you make that better decision? The answer is I'm an idiot. Okay, so I have 3 attacks I can make, so I can knock either of these guys out of the sky. What have I got in the deck coming up? Leaving my state would be good. So I'm going to prioritise I want to be playing this as much as possible, but only when it actually does something. It costs 2. I'm going to leave this because taking this amount of damage is kind of equivalent to a rest place. Both of those are good to have. Oh. In my head, this would totally have killed him. I've made a terrible mistake. I keep forgetting that it's actually half the damage they receive. Well. I'm going to do a lot of things this turn. So I can play that, get some block enough to cover that person. I can get that mana back. If I want to, I can go back into eruption state. I probably do want to. Why not? It's nice to gain block. Because so now, every battle basically, I'm going to be, if I can see a way to, trying to play, it exhausts, doesn't it? Trying to play that. Okay, so this battle there's no point sticking around, I can only do that once per battle. So, let's just take this one out. I would like that. Let heap again. Do I want any of these for any reason? Game's basically done here. Okay, I'm going to go to this store and then I'm going to stop. I'm not convinced I play enough attacks that really makes a difference. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand and retain it into calm end your turn. I like this. It's not entirely clear whether this is random. That feels, at zero cost, that feels weirdly strong. Like, it really isn't. It's kind of just a card in the way. Sometimes it will be. Give me a thing to do at best sites. Nope. Nope. Can I play this as many times as I want? Yeah, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this because now what I'm close to having is a deck that just really likes sticking around and then getting really strong. This helps with the sticking around. This helps a little bit with the sticking around. I have a little bit of a boost at the beginning with the miracle that I can use when I want. But as the thing goes on, I can play this more and more. I can get cards and retain them. This gets strong. This gets strong. And I think I've got enough to hold down everything at the beginning of the match, at the beginning of the battle, and then get through it at the end. Cool, so I'm loving this new character. I'm enjoying it a lot. And let us leave it there. Thanks for tuning in.